All right, boys and girls, we are ready for another math lesson today. This is Pearson Lesson 1 5, and it is all about division as sharing. And so we've talked about multiplication being equal groups of things that we are putting together to figure out how many there are altogether. Well, division is the opposite of that. Division is taking a bunch of objects and then figuring out how we can split them into equal groups. I'll say that again. Multiplication is putting equal groups together. Division is taking everything together and splitting it up into equal groups. We're going to talk about several different ways of doing that and solving division problems. And for many of you, this is the first that you've ever seen division. So we have a couple of things we can think about. First of all, the division symbol. We might see a problem that looks like that. This is 15 divided by 3 is how we would read that. And some of you, well, we all, are also maybe going to see it like this. This is still 15 divided by 3, or how many 3's go into 15? But a lot of kids want to say this is 3 divided by 15. Well, that's not the case. Actually, this is 15 divided by 3. All right, and every once in a while we might even see this as a fraction with numbers on top of each other like that. Okay, but as we're learning, first off, we're really kind of looking at this. And what does this tell me? Well, this tells me how many objects there are, and this tells me how many groups to share with. Okay, so for example, let's say that we had 15 pencils. And I wanted to put those pencils in, I wanted to give those pencils to 3 students. Okay, and I have to make sure, to the best of my ability, that every student gets the same thing. So one of the ways that we're really gonna start with this today is just to draw a picture. And so our picture is gonna look like a bar model. So I'm gonna draw a big rectangle. Now that big rectangle is gonna stand for how many objects there are altogether. So in this case, there are 15 all together. That whole bar is 15. Now, how many students are inside of that bar? Well, 3. So I'm going to divide this into 3 groups. And to do that, I only need 2 lines. And now you can see I have 1, 2, 3 rectangles. And now I'm going to start passing out my pencils. I have to pass out a pencil to each kid one at a time. Because if this guy gets more pencils than this one, this guy's not going to be too happy. So we have to make sure that we're doing equal sharing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pass out pencils until I get up to 15. And I'm going to use tally marks to do that. Or I could use dots to do that, something you can see very easily. So here we go. There's 1 pencil. The next guy gets a pencil. The next guy gets a pencil. I'm at the end. I go back to the first one. Now I should be keeping track of how many pencils I've given out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to stop when I get to 15. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I've now passed out all of the pencils. And so our question is, how many did each student receive? How many did they get? Okay, so I'm going to take 1 because that word each means one. And it looks like there's 5 pencils in a box. So that is 5 pencils altogether. So I take the big number, that's my whole bar, I split it into this many pieces, and then I share until I'm out. Let's do another one like that, but let's look at it without a word problem this time. What if I have 12 divided by 3? What that might look like. So step 1's always the same. We're going to draw a big bar. Okay, again, I'm doing divided by 3. So my bar gets split into 3. And then I start sharing. So my whole bar is 12. That's my target number. There's 12 divided by 3. And what we're trying to find is how many are in one square. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stop when you get to 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm done. How much in one box? 4. So guess what 12 divided by 3 is? 12 divided by 3 is 4. That is the basic idea of how to do division with equal grouping. I want you to try one more, and after you do this one, I'm going to write the problem. You pause the video, do it, and then come back and watch and see if you got the right answer. So let's do 20 divided by 4. Okay, pause it, draw your picture, see what your answer is. All right, if you're continuing forward, it's because you have solved this problem. Big rectangle, I need 4 pieces, so I need 3 lines. There's always one less line to make 4. How much is my bar? Bar is worth 20 this time. And now I'm going to share until I get up to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. How many is in one piece of my bar? 5. So 20 divided by 4 is 5. All right, if you are understanding this means you're ready to move forward to page 33 in your math book, and we'll work on that a little bit in the next part of the video. Thanks for working hard.